Shit. This is what I'm feeling like. Da, 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 da. Let me tell you what I'm feeling like. Da, 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 da.
The boy Kanye West, he's got a lot going on. He's been beefing with Diddy. He recently got banned from Instagram and Twitter. He's got we did that episode on the White Lives Matter shirt. Mm-hmm. He just had an interview on Fox News where a lot of people was upset about it. Keep it a C-note. What's your thoughts on Kanye West in the last week or two with everything that he has going on?
I don't agree with the White Lives Matter shirt, like with the Black Lives Matter shit going on. But I've noticed, like, when Kanye say whatever he say originally, motherfuckers go crazy.
Right.
But years later on down the line, some of that shit wound up making sense. And at the end of the day, social media is part of media. You have a right to freedom of speech. How can you ban this man for saying whatever it is he's saying? Right. When motherfuckers on Twitter, social media, any social media platform say nigga all day long, but don't nothing ever happen to them.
Yeah. Right, I agree with that. What's your thoughts on it, John? I'm very interested to hear what you got to say on the matter.
I don't think everything that Kanye West says is nonsense. I think like he has his off times and he has a weird way of making a message, getting his delivery basically.
Right.
The White Lives Matter, I mean, all that, I think he's excessive, extreme type of bull when it comes to getting the message out. And either way, I think if you got kicked off or you're banned from social media, I look at that like you're on to something.
Right.
You're on to something. So for them to ban you, like, you're really on to something. Because I think, like, there's definitely some type of, like, thing that they got going on with the internet. So whatever that they pushing, they got going on through the internet. And anything that interrupts that, they try to push you aside. And I hate that shit, that anytime you even just say something about a Jewish person, it's anti-Semitic. Like, how did they get this special word in racism? You know that shit always pisses me off. It does.
Right.
But he does have a point with that shit. And like that text with Diddy, that some bull probably did call Diddy, like, yo, straighten that shit out. And Kanye probably was right. Like, but y'all probably think he's out of his mind. I don't walk a mile in that man's shoes, so I don't know what he's going through. I only take bits and parts from what he's saying, but I don't think it's all nonsense though, for real.
Okay, look, I said what you was gonna say was gonna be very interesting because I've already told Vito. Did you see the Fox interview?
Yeah, with him and Tucker Carlson.
Yes, yeah. Shout out to that. I told Vito before we got on air. I said, Vito, I want to know what John got to say about this because besides, if you take away the religious talk that Kanye is talking, everything that he said or has been saying is like stuff that John always talk about. When he said, what was he talking about? The Black Lives Matter. He wasn't calling them a puppet, but he was like the Black Lives Matter ambassador or something, where he was like basically these companies, they're just getting a popular black face and slapping them on it and boom, that's that. With the White Lives Matter thing, I think Kanye, in a way, is a genius because we're in the era of trolling.
Mm-hmm. That is a perfect troll.
That's his indirect way of trolling. I'm going to say something or do something that's totally outlandish to have people attack me so that I can, that's my thoughts.
Well, his pop had ties with the Black Panthers, and you heard in that interview, like, his pop thought like his shirt was nothing but, I mean, it was funny, but it was just nothing but a black man telling the truth.
Right.
That's what his shirt was. I mean, like I said, he has excessive, extreme ways of showing his fashion or whatever, getting his message out. But, I mean, I sometimes hit and miss with Candace Owens. I don't always agree with her, but That I don't know. They knew what they was getting themselves into when they did that. I'll tell you that much.
Right. One thing I will say though about the White Lives Matter thing, I've seen a couple posts where they posted it up. I think it may have been on YouTube or Instagram, but I've seen like you know how they put the disclaimer like false information. I've seen wherever I was looking at pages was getting flagged because they're saying that the White Lives Matter is basically a form of racism because it was started to combat Black Lives Matter.
Well, maybe he got some sneakers or some music coming out. Because you know he is genius when it comes to publicity.
Right. Yeah, they even got rumors, though, that, like, people talking about pulling his music off the sites and all that.
That's a bit much. Come on.
But listen, though. That's why I say he might be a genius, because he's already experimented with the Donda thing where he sold you the stems and all of that. And he showed you, like, I seen a thing that was interesting, right, on Twitter, I believe. They said that in the Jewish community around the world, I think they said it was this many million of them. And they was like, Kanye got double that just with his followers. He had like 30 million followers or something like that. So they were saying basically like he can't get blackballed. What you think about that?
I think it's kind of hard. Damn near impossible to blackball somebody at the status he is.
I don't think you can blackball Kanye.
Like the sneaker sales and as controversial as he is, that attracts people to him.
But now another reason why I wanted to know what you said, John, right? Because we've talked a lot, and there's no doubt about it. You mess with Kyrie Irving, right? And I know you say you don't feel all his views, but we've had topics where you like Kanye a little burnt out, and this, but his views and like where everybody think he's going left, Kyrie does that too. But you show Kyrie love and really, I mean, today you show like you more like artists.
But I know what you said. But to me, Kanye, he's so extreme. Kanye is so extreme. Kyrie, he's a little bit more lower, timid type of dude. You ask him the question, he's going to tell you, and it's going to be like a left-handed one. But whatchamacallit, it's just like Kanye reaches for you to
and it's
to
the
get
way
the point.
Kanye says
and the way and his delivery now. I mean, but Kyrie, I mean, either you're going to believe it or not. But I don't know. I just think he's an interesting bull. I don't agree. Like you said, I don't agree with everything, but he thinks to the left.
Now, let me say this, though, Vito. What you just said, Kanye say stuff and you see it years later. I was just watching a documentary the other day, and the first person I thought about was when Kanye said slavery sounded like a choice. I was watching a documentary where it said that black people back in slave days, they would sign up and sign like 3-year contracts to work on boats for like the Spaniards and as their slaves for like 3 years just to get away from what they was doing or just to be a part of something. So, you know what I mean? I thought back, when I seen that, I instantly thought back when Kanye said, damn, he said that years ago and like people was knocking him for that. So I felt that that was kind of funny to me.
Definitely.
Anything else on Ye? One last thing. I text y'all, right? And I know you say we can't blackball a guy like Kanye because of where he's at already, right?
Yep.
But I said, I text y'all and told y'all one of the most dangerous people in this world is a person with money that'll put somebody else on that nobody else likes out of spite. Now just look at it. And if we're talking blackball, realistically, Beans was blackballed. He gave Beans a check. Now he's running around because of the stuff with Diddy. He's running around with Mace. And so what I'm saying is it might be hard, pause, the blackballing, but I'm saying people like that are looked at as dangerous people. So the higher-ups may, try to conspire to get him out of here. That's just my thoughts.
Because he has too much power and influence, and that's the only way.
And if they don't want you in the game, they don't want you in the game.
That type of power.
They don't want a dude that's going to put, you putting somebody in the game we don't want in the game. That's just my thoughts on it. But how you feeling about Kanye, people? He got a lot going on. He's banned from social media. He just had an interview on Fox News, and he's dropping, I guess it would be knowledge to him or whatever. Like, keep it, you know, what's your thoughts on it? Victor Wembanyama. He's the projected #1 pick in the 2023 NBA draft out of France. Some people say he's 7'1", some people say he's 7'4". He was just over here playing recently. It's a lot of hype on him. We've had everybody from LeBron to KD saying he's the next face of the league. Keep it a C-note. What's your thoughts on Victor?
I like what I see from him. Me personally, if he was on my team, on offense, I would play him at the 5, and on defense, I would play him at the 3 and the 4.
Okay. What's your thoughts, John?
I think he's going to be a big impact if he can stay healthy.
Yeah.
You know, people at that height make me, I don't know, they're a little weary to me, the injury
Right.
prone. But if he can stay healthy, he's nice. He can do everything.
Okay. Shout out to this 1800. Vito got us in here drinking. This John is powerful.
Yes.
Hey, Vito, this is the 90th episode, by the way, fellas, and I may officially announce that I may be a conspiracy theorist.
You are.
Here's my thing. Where did he come from? No, where did he come from? Because for this kid to be that good, he didn't just get that good in 1 year. I didn't hear about him 2-3 years ago. Where did the kid come from?
The same way how all the motherfuckers from Africa just go to another country and become popping.
When I seen his highlights, because I'm like, damn, who the hell were they talking about? I looked at his highlights. The first thing I thought is I need a blood test. And I need it done on national television, on social media or something, because there's no way that kid is 7'4" moving like that, bro. There's no way. Look, we from Philly. How many? Is it something in our water?
I don't know.
Definitely.
It might be an experiment. He might be one of them
Definitely something
experiment
in our
babies.
How
Who
is
knows?
all these other places, not just overseas, but all these other cities, they got 6'11" dudes walk.
Think about it. If you think about the league, most of the big men are from overseas.
I understand that.
I seen
but
him
what I'm
playing
saying
Rudy
is
Gobert one-on-one, and he was
Anthony
giving him
Davis,
work.
Anthony Davis and them are 6'11". You don't walk down the street and see 6'11" dudes in Philly.
Yeah, you know.
Where are they at? What's going on in Philly? Are they experimenting with our water too? Like, what's going on? Like,
Oh yeah, you already know they put the fluoride in the water. So.
Listen, I need to see videos of this kid playing basketball every year, because where did he? He's that good that I'm pretty sure you would have heard of him last year. Like in 2 years, or 3 years ago. Like, where did he come from? And he moved like a guard.
He did come out of nowhere.
Come on, man.
But he might have been trashed the year before.
Man, you don't get that. That dude is doing I seen him shooting
does
fadeaway
everything.
threes, bro. Come on, man.
Same thing happened to Darko Milicic. We ain't know about him till to the draft.
No, when you see video with Darko Milicic, niggas like, man, they better pick Melo. Like with this dude right here, I'm actually, because you see it was trending. This guy is so much, and we've had it the last couple years. It seemed like every year they say this guy's going to be the face of the league. But they just did a poll. And they said that if LeBron was coming out of high school right now with this kid would be the #1 pick.
Yeah.
Like, I need, man, it's some funny business going on, man.
Well, speaking of funny business, I need the NBA to do some funny business and make sure the Knicks get the #1 pick next year.
That mean they gotta lose.
Not necessarily, as long as they get in the lottery.
They gotta lose enough where they're top 3 eligible.
Negative, because it's been somebody with I forgot what draft it was. Somebody with the worst odds got the #1 pick. I forgot what team it was. And think about it, Cleveland got that shit like 3 out of 5 years.
Since you speaking of the Knicks and the draft, are we headed for a horrible season towards tanking to get Victor Wembanyama?
Absolutely.
What you think?
Yeah, they're going to tank, man. That's fucked up.
I agree with that, too.
But do you think, like, with his type of play style, and you see Chet Holmgren, is that the new big man, new move that they doing? Because Chet Holmgren's what? He's like a 7 foot.
Where's he from? Is he from overseas? Where is all these?
I think he's from the United States.
And even
he's from Minneapolis.
Chet Holmgren is
Minnesota.
smooth too, but he don't move like boy. Nobody moves.
No, listen.
Man,
as far as straight line speed, the ball ain't that fast from what I've seen.
Forget straight line.
Side to side moves
with the ball in your hand.
He definitely
doing all because Porzingis can dribble and all that, but he ain't fluid like that off the dribble like this kid is. Like man, he's got to be some type of clone. I'm listening. That's my thoughts on Victor Wembanyama. I'm keeping it a C-note. The Redeem Team documentary. Did y'all see it?
Yeah.
Okay, so we had a lot going on with the Redeem Team, right? One thing they talked about was the Dream Team came over because the college players, the world was gaining. They were sending their grown men, and the college players wasn't able to handle them.
Mm-hmm.
So let me ask you this. If we didn't have NBA players and we had all these one-and-done guys that have been coming out the last year, if they was representing Team USA, would we get any gold medals, you think?
Yeah.
In basketball, I'm talking about.
No.
Yeah.
No, because
Because
still need
Why? Yeah, hold on, John.
Because prior to that loss, they was running down on shit. The only thing that got the foreign teams over is years of playing together. Because they don't just play together in the Olympics; they play together as a team.
Right.
So them playing together, they built something. So they know each other moves. They know at this time this guy's going backdoor. Like the USA team is a bunch of guys just slap together and they go play.
So basically you saying that if Jason Tatum was a rookie 2 years ago coming out of college, and Tatum and all of them guys in the 2020 draft would be beating grown men? That's what you saying?
Because you emphasize on the grown men.
Because you're only doing it every 4 years.
But you emphasize on the grown men, but what you're not stating is the fact that overseas they go pro at 15 and 16.
No,
so
but what I'm saying is not only are you sending these one and done kids over there to play against grown men, again, like you just said, you're sending them to play against teams that's been playing together
I think they
for
still
years.
Maybe they might not get gold every year, but they still could beat some.
I think you need some veterans on
What
the
you
squad.
think, John?
Yeah, you definitely.
I think you need some veterans. You can't do it with all young bulls or all college bulls. I think you need that old school mentality on the squad. I don't know how many players, but you definitely need some type of
I think
presence.
if you take all the top college, because even when they was playing the college, they wasn't getting all the top college players. If you was get every single one of the top, I think they still could
all
win.
right, but let me ask you this though, right? But because we got guys like we know Pepe Sanchez since he went to Temple and all of that. So what I'm saying is these national teams from over there, they got guys that's hooping on those teams and there's key factors on those teams that's not even in the NBA. We've already agreed that they've taken the NBA over, these foreign guys. So you're mean to tell me that you think a lot of these one and done college kids, I don't believe that. I think these grown men would be torching those little kids over.
Think about it. All them guys ain't grown men because they go pro younger over there.
Yeah, but even with that though, even what you just said, I don't know if you said it verbatim, but the kids over here are smaller and smaller these days, Paul.
True.
So they would be getting abused over there.
Not necessarily, because if you think about it, even when we watched the Redeem Team, most motherfuckers that was getting off on the USA was the guards. It wasn't the big men.
Not when they played Spain. Gasol brothers was torching
the
them.
Gasol brothers got theirs, but Nahara was the one.
Jordan. They big
Spain,
men squad
listen,
was dogging it.
That was Baby Shaq.
Baby Shaq, yeah.
But
Yeah.
Nahara was the one getting busy, especially in the fourth quarter against the United States, and he was the backup because was it Carlson?
Even my man from Houston that played with Matt, whatever year he was getting off on him too. I think he played for Argentina, Scola and all.
Think about
all the big men was getting.
Think about when they played Puerto Rico. Carlson was killing them.
Yeah, he was. He was. I'm glad you said that because shout out to the Redeem Team documentary. They put that up there. I forgot when he made LeBron fall like that.
He was killing them.
But listen, speaking of Arroyo, because he was a point guard, the Redeem team, their point guards in '08, Jason Kidd, CP3, Darren Williams, ranked them that year. Who was the best point guard? And I will, disclaimer, let y'all know that was the year Chris Paul finished second behind Kobe in MVP votings. So I know you love Darren Williams and Jason Kidd. '08, who was the best point guard out of them
Chris
three?
Paul, Darren Williams, Jason Kidd, because Jason Kidd was older.
Okay, what you say, John?
Chris Paul, Jason Kidd, and then Williams.
Vito, shout out to you. I agree with you.
Jason Kidd was too old.
Yeah, not just that. His numbers was damn. Darren Williams, his numbers wasn't from like the 2 years before that. But I think that's the year Chris Paul officially became the best point guard in the league. Because at one point in time, I think Darren Williams was better than him.
The only thing that put Chris Paul over the top to me is he got more assists and he was a better defender.
The only thing that put him over the top is he had 56 wins in the West with your guy Tyson Chandler and your guy David West.
And let me say this though. Even though, like how you said, Chris Paul and Jason Kidd, but Darren Williams is one of my favorite point guards to ever play.
Okay. All right, so we see in the documentary, Kobe came over. He said he was tired of seeing them guys lose. Let me ask you a question. Kobe don't play in '08. Do we win the gold? Keep it a C-note.
I think we could have. It ain't no guarantee. Because they still they had, like that championship game, it was close. And like I said, Spain's starting point guard was out.
Right.
So it could have went either way, with Kobe or without.
But when Spain gained the momentum, who brought them back? Who
Nahara.
Huh?
It was Nahara and it was Rudy Fernandez.
USA.
Oh,
Spain
it was D Wade and Kobe.
No, D Wade kept them afloat at the beginning.
No, go watch it. And in the fourth quarter, he hit 2 or 3 big shots.
No, he hit big shots in them quarters. But what I'm saying is, when Spain put the pressure on them, Cole definitely stepped up.
On the flip side, Cole did step up. But if you subtract Cole, that means Cole, even though he the man, he take it away from somebody else. So if you subtract him, somebody else would have had to step up.
Okay, shout out to that. I agree with you though, John.
I said if you take Kobe out, I think Kobe elevated their game.
Yes, I agree with you. I agree with you. Shout out to that.
Shit. This is what I'm feeling like. Da, 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 da. Let me tell you what I'm feeling like. Da, 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 da.